Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 72 of the Motor Racing Podcast. I hope you had a nice week, as always. Shut up, 73. Jacob. I've barely slept this weekend, so I'm tired.
Start again, Chief.
73 P's, Jacob. Let me know.
73. All right, then. You ain't just going to start again, then?
No.
Okay,
let's go.
How professional.
Shut up. Get on with
it. I said I'll give these two the nice, easy ones. So the 73 that comes to mind for me is Shuhei Oyama on the Repsol Honda 250s. But there's another two I can think of.
So you're saying your low hanging, the easy ones is what's throwing me off, because I can only think of Alex Marquez.
Yeah, think World Supersport for the other.
No thanks. I'll let you think of World Supersport.
Lauren?
Alex Marquez was my only one.
Max Koffler.
Oh, okay. Actually, I maybe could have got there.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't have.
Damn it.
I was going to try and say Ducati, but then I thought, no, that's just too easy. No, I don't want to spoon feed you.
Yeah, that's
fair. You do. Changed your tune. It's me.
Right. So yeah, welcome back. We're all a bit tired because we've all been awake for the entirety of this weekend, apart from Cameron because he's lazy.
Yeah, no, I just let you guys do the hard work, and I'll come in and have fun. Not drinking tonight though.
Fuck, why not?
Really, as you guys know, probably should be.
Yeah.
If there was any weekend where I could do with a drink, it's this one. But that I didn't bring one up with me, and I really don't want to go back downstairs to get another drink.
Cameron, you should know by now that we require you to drink every single podcast.
Yeah, God, just go and get one. You'll be fine.
No. Anyway,
we've had a pretty interesting race weekend. It was once again a bit of a boring Moto3 race, can't lie. We had a few surprise announcements as well, and some pretty championship altering things that happened in the MotoGP race. So shall we kick off with the rider signings? Fair? Sick. So I'm probably going to miss a few off, but the first one that got announced quite early was that Yamanaka will ride for the Gas Aspar team in Moto3, which is a bit of a strange one. I think that's more of a Dorna instrumented one more than anything. I can't.
Or he's got cash.
Even that's Aspar. They didn't need riders to pay money. It was
a weird one
given,
who have money.
given that they had Ferroli and Alonso in the Junior GP. It's a strange one to not see them two promoted. Obviously, Ferroli's now at Tech 3.
I think that's why they got Yamanaka.
But yeah, it's just a strange one to see Yamanaka. He's not at a podium yet. It's his fourth year in the class. You know, it's very obvious that Aspar will win the Moto3 Championship this year, barring an absolute disaster. Yeah, to see them hire Yamanaka.
Strange one. I like Yamanaka. He's a great rider, but Aspar level?
Lauren's
who would you put there?
A bit, about
I would have tried to grab Farioli, especially as he was in their youth squad.
Yeah, he's a beast.
It would make so much sense to promote him, especially the way he's riding at the minute.
Yeah.
Because David Alonso is obviously going to get the other seat, isn't he? So
I don't know who I would have picked ahead of him, but I still think it's a weird decision.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really see it, but I mean, it's happening, so.
Yeah, and then we've got Kato to Stitch 58.
Yeah, that one threw me.
Which is right left field.
Did you see the picture of the announcement?
Yeah.
He looked so happy.
Oh yeah, he looked absolutely. Somebody said that he looked like they just took his dog and executed it before they took the photo.
Literally. Look, genuinely, it looked like he was there against his will.
He might have been.
Might be. I think it's a Dorna and Schmidt deal more than anything. Very strange.
Very left field.
Yeah, very weird one. And Lorenzo Della Porta got confirmed to the SAG team as well in Moto2 for 2 years as well. Again, he's had the best result of 11th in the class in 3 years.
Get your deal. Bang.
And he's got
your deal.
I think he's bringing some cash there.
Bringing some cash to SAG? No.
No, never.
No.
Weird.
Your turn,
weird
Lauren.
What?
Sorry, nothing. We all had to turn it going no, but
oh, sorry,
now, so.
I was not paying attention.
Get with it.
So,
come on.
Right, anyway.
Yeah, but
it's a very low energy pod. This.
Yeah, we're all just a bit tired, aren't we?
You can tell I'm the one who's like, I don't know,
actually had some sleep. Yeah,
yeah. Geez, we're all just like dying. I mean, I did sleep for a bit, like 2 hours after the races to watch Superbikes, but
I did manage to grab a couple of hours, but nowhere near my usual.
No, they're all just a bit tired. But yeah, there's a fire as well before the weekend even started as well in the VDS squad.
Yeah. The Suzuki guys helped out or something.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. Suzuki's a legend.
And it was contagious based on Suda. Well, he's Suzuki blew up as well.
How weird's that?
Oh no.
Karma. Like, thanks for helping us with your fire. You're also going to set on fire.
Yeah. You're getting torched now.
So sad.
Yeah, fuck you. You're getting screwed. Yeah, that was a mad one. But yeah, it was an interesting one. And then we saw Suzuki obviously head out an FP1 with a wing as well.
Yeah, that was pointless.
I don't know why they're doing that. Why they're still updating the bike.
No, not that. That's something I want to say because that's all I see whenever Suzuki bring an aero package out. Is why are they doing that? They're quitting, blah blah blah. Like you're still racing for victories this year. You know, bring updates. Why not?
Yeah, Suzuki aren't winning the fucking race this year. Like, come on, they're not going to win a race.
No, I was going to say, they're not bringing it to win. There's no winning involved here.
No.
Yeah, but like they're still racing.
It's a surplus budget. Surplus budget they need to get rid of.
Spend the money before they go.
Let's bring some like 3D printed bunny ears. Stick them on the back of it.
Or the far more simple answer that people are missing is that it's already been developed because, you know, they don't just throw something on a bike after a week.
Yeah, but Ducati brought it like weeks ago after Suzuki.
I imagine everybody had a version of it.
Aprilia had one ages ago.
Yeah, Aprilia had one before Suzuki were announcing they were leaving, didn't they? They brought that stupid little...
Yeah, but Ducati tried it years ago as well, didn't they? The purpose of it is to basically dirty up the air behind your bike and make it so you can't be slipstreamed, which further makes the racing even shitter because then they're taking out slipstreaming as well, which takes out, you know, the opportunity to overtake.
Yeah, I think they will be banned at some point soon.
Right, wait, hold on. Hot take. We're going back to sprint races. What if sprint races are made to be aero-free?
That would be sick. I'd be all for that.
I'd pay for that.
Yeah, okay. I'd watch that.
Right, someone get Dorna on the phone.
Get rid of ride-high devices and aero for the sprint races.
Yeah, just bring out the 2016 bikes or whatever.
Yeah, that's sick. I'd be all for that.
Just do like a mini moto sprint race rather.
Oh, yeah.
You just run around the track in your phobia.
Reverse layout on the track as well.
Oh, yeah. They should do it to spice it up. Like,
yeah, here we go. We're getting somewhere.
Finally. Tim Dorna won't listen to this podcast and take any of our advice on, but
Dorna,
we can wish, you know.
But still no to the sprint races.
No, I don't think anyone is. Like, what? Well, they've announced Dorna as well that they're in talks with now going to India as soon as next year on the Buddha International Circuit, which F1 has raced that a few years ago. So that means
memorandum of understanding or something.
Yeah, so we're going to probably end up with like 23, maybe 24, like F1 has got that many races on the calendar next year.
Do you know what I find totally ironic? Every race series is trying to prove that they're making an effort to go carbon neutral, this and the other. And then they add in way more races. Imagine the air miles you're covering.
Well, no,
F1 is 137,000 miles.
That's because their
calendars don't fly home between races.
Their calendar's stupid, though. It's laid out all wrong.
No amount of carbon neutral fuel is going to offset that. I'm sorry.
Haven't they got like Vegas and then Abu Dhabi back to back or something? Like that?
Yeah, and then they go to Canada randomly in the middle of all the European races, for like between Monaco and somewhere else. It's so stupid. It's
like, why don't you just do one continent at a time?
Yeah.
Like this continent for a bit, this continent for a bit. Blah, blah, blah. It's like when GP last year went Mezzano, Cota, Mezzano. I'm like, what? Like,
I think that was some COVID-based last-minuteness.
Yeah.
But when they announced it, they could easily have just said, let's do Mezzano back-to-back and then go to Cota.
Well, that's the point, yeah.
How difficult would that have been to switch it months in advance? You know what I mean? And if a team couldn't do that, they probably shouldn't be on the grid. Like.
Yeah, exactly. It just doesn't really make sense. Like, I don't
I'm
know.
sure there's a reason to everything, but they're probably just dumb as fuck. Like.
I mean, I don't know. I think having too many races, like, yes, we all love MotoGP. MotoGP is great, blah, blah, blah. But having too many races kind of ruins the scarcity of it a bit. You know, like when it was 18 races, you know, we've got 52 weeks in a year. Less than half of them were on MotoGP races. So it was a case of you have something to look forward to, you know, and it's kind of like but then too much of a good thing isn't necessarily always good. And then to have like half the year, for example, of just MotoGP races, it turns it from like this is great to like, oh, we've got 4 MotoGP races back. Like now we've got 6 races in 5 races in 6 weeks with a week off in between. Mm-hmm. It's like suddenly it goes from being like, oh my God, I've got to wait 2 weeks for a MotoGP race, but I can't wait. It's going to be amazing bro, I just want a weekend off.
One of the best seasons in recent memory was 2020, and that was the shortest season we've had in a long time.
Yeah. And like even that time when we didn't have MotoGP and it was like from March to like June where we didn't have MotoGP the whole time, I was like, I want MotoGP now. I'm missing it, you know. And now we've got, it just ruins it for me. It ruins the hype and the excitement around it, because now I'm already thinking about what time I've got to get up on Friday to do FP1 kind of thing, you know. And next week.
We have this fucked, and it's only race 1 of like a run of 4.
Yeah, like I like the continuity. The continuity is good for riders, and it means that we're closer to that championship every single week. And it's like, oh, next week we'll find out even more about what's going to happen in the championship. But it's like, it's nicer to have 2 weeks in between, and suddenly you got 2 weeks to wait, and it keeps that excitement building.
Plus,
I think too many races is just ruining it.
By the end of Sepang, we're just going to be grunting on the podcast, and we're going to be able to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sepang happened.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Fabio won. Take a crush out.
Yeah, he did.
But yeah, speaking of Fabio, though, we obviously after the last pod, it wasn't really common knowledge. We didn't know for sure, but that his suit had actually ripped open from the zipper.
Mm-hmm.
And Alpine Stars basically were forced to create a statement about it, because that's the second suit that's opened this year. Obviously, Jorge Martin's opened earlier this year at Austria. And I know people now be like, oh yeah, Fabio's opened last year at Catalonia, but Fabio actually opened his own suit last year. All you see in all the comments is, oh yeah, Fabio. But no, Fabio opened his own suit, so we can't really speak about that. But
can't count that one, no.
Like, it was a freak accident though, and it's scary to think that can happen. So the way the suit actually opened up was because the airbag went off. The pressure in the suit reached a high level because he's got this airbag in. And his bike hit him and just absolutely destroyed the zipper. The suit apparently had an impact higher than anything ever. Like that it ever had recorded.
And they've got loads of G sensors, etc.
Ever. Yeah.
Space shuttle launch? Nah, it was the zipper.
Yeah,
ask the dinosaurs. They got nothing on that. They have no idea.
Like, it's terrifying though.
They've got tons of sensors all over those suits. So for it to be the highest it's ever recorded. Like, even through rigorous testing and stuff. That's fucking terrifying.
Yeah, the thing is, right, yes, Fabio's suit opened. Suits shouldn't open, and he's come away with some really bad abrasions on his chest. But that airbag, I'm almost certain saved his life. That impact that he had hit.
10 years ago, that would have been busted ribs.
You know. His suit would have been
career-ending.
Sternum
could have been
broken.
It could have been further, not like just a I don't know, suit full of bloody organs.
Literally just a bag full of ribs. That's where he would have been.
Yeah, like,
it's quite scary.
And the fact that he could just get up and walk away. Yes, like, Alpine Stars have received a lot of flack. Even Dane Heasy made a video.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, Dane Heasy made a video of him like zipping suits up and stuff. Being like, oh. And like, Alpine Stars have received a lot of flack on social media, which, to be fair, given that the suit malfunctioned, kind of fair enough. But the fact that Fabio could get up and walk away from a crash like that after being landed on by a bike as well is absolutely unbelievable. It is truly a testament to the safety gear these guys are wearing. But it's interesting to see. I don't know what Alpine Stars can do though about this zip. Like, would they double zip it, for example, or like, I don't really know what they could do from here.
And the thing is, like, what's next? You know what I mean? Like, what's better than a zip? I can't really think of anything.
Yeah, I don't know. Double zip makes sense.
I was thinking that, like just 2 dips.
I'm not like, I don't know. I'm not an engineer. There could be something. There could be someone screaming at this podcast being like, it's obvious.
It's obvious.
How about 2 zips,
Velcro.
guys?
Yeah.
Velcro. Branded TM. Other types of hook and loop are available, but Velcro will get it done.
Velcro is an actual brand, doesn't it?
I know, right? It's like saying,
like
I'm going
to...
Hoover, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one that comes to mind, isn't it?
Yeah, Hoover. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's just interesting to see that something like that can happen. But Apple Star's very quick to kind of respond and kind of put the information to bed about, everybody basically slating them and basically
that's fair enough. It's good that they're not just like resting on their laurels and being like, meh, whatever.
Yeah,
they had
actually taking the time to be like,
hey,
yeah.
Because they would have looked stupid if they hadn't said anything and sort of just brushed it under the carpet. I'm kind of glad that they have been very open about the situation and they've held their hands up. And
yeah, they didn't peckle it.
Yeah, like fair play to them. But yeah, and then I don't really know what to talk about, to be honest. Like, I've got things where my brain's just like going, ugh.
Yeah, literally.
We had a list.
My brain's got a list.
Yeah. Someone made a list.
We did.
We could follow that list.
Well, that's what I'm doing, to be honest. But yeah, Mark has got pole position.
Yay.
Amazing. Good.
Fucking beast.
Excellent. Yeah.
Like,
he's a beast.
I couldn't.
And everybody was like, oh, yeah, just wait till it's dry. Lol.
And then he finishes 4th.
Yeah.
Do you think he still would have been on pole if it was dry? Because I don't think so.
Well, I do, because we can clearly still pull the 1 lap out. I was more concerned about his race pace than his qualifying pace.
Marquez said he's stronger than he thought he was as well.
Yeah. Like, he can clearly pull 1 lap out, like, even now. Like, he could do that anyway, couldn't he? Even with an arm, like, the wrong way round. So that's never in doubt. It was his race pace that I was concerned about. So I see no reason to think he couldn't have done it. Once again, I predicted the pole a race early. So,
Yeah, you did.
Classic Jacob.
Well done, Jacob.
Classic.
There we are. There's one for the bingo to drink.
Whee. But yeah, like, I'm very happy to see Marquez on pole position, though, because it just shows that he's still got it. Like, he can go away.
Go fast.
And, he can break his arm, come back, disappear again, come back, disappear, come back, and still get pole position, still absolutely clown the rest of the field. It's quite scary, to be honest, because if he can keep this up next year...
If the Honda is good next year, or even marginally improved, then he's a threat again. That's
he's a threat now on the shit Honda.
I think Honda's issues
exactly.
are the fact that Mark isn't there. Funny how they're 4th all of a sudden now that he's back. Like,
Motogp did mask some of the Honda deficiencies, though.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah,
Ross.
It did. It'll be
where was the next one after him?
Paul.
We're next Honda.
11th.
Yeah, actually,
Paul
Paul.
in 12th.
12th.
Yeah.
But once it was Paul. Yay.
Yeah. Well, hey,
Wow.
in 12th, yeah, jeez. And then Alex
Probably
Marquez,
would have
13th.
been Taka if he had fingers. So, but
I don't know. And Mark's jumped up the championship a little bit as well.
still the leading on.
Still the leading Honda, which is absolutely horrendous. That he can disappear for over 100 days and come back and still be the leading Honda.
It's not a sign of how good Marquez is or how bad the Honda is.
Both, to be honest, I think. It's just like, oh my God. So I just clicked to American Josh Herons halfway up a fucking fence. Like, just stood on top of it.
All right, okay.
Oh,
he's just
intentionally. Is there intentionally, right?
Yeah, but like he's like 10 meters up in the air, just hanging off this fence.
He won then, I guess.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, well done, Josh. But yeah, like I don't know. Like we go on Marquez a lot, but
how can you not?
It's just to me, it's mental to think that this guy, it doesn't matter what happens to him, doesn't matter how much shit is thrown his way, and how like crap his arm is, he's still good. Like he's still a top 5
Marquez
rider on
is
the
good.
grid.
There's your fucking headline
Like,
right there.
yeah, but like Marquez, even running at 50%, is like still getting pole position.
It's got to be disheartening.
It's got to be absolutely. It's going to wreak havoc.
Imagine being the strongest you've ever been on the best bike you've been on because the bikes
Like
that were
Pecco,
just so
for example,
good.
like
And then a 50% Marquez can come in and stick it on pole ahead of you. You just look at yourself in the mirror and just hate yourself, wouldn't you?
Well, I would do it anyway, to be honest. But
Yeah. Marquez or no, that's pretty typical.
Yeah, that's just average.
Touché.
But I don't know. For me, it's scary. Like, it's absolutely terrifying that some guy can be that good.
Every sport has a freak,
and
he is MotoGP's.
Yeah, did you see the graphic they produced actually before the race weekend, and it had like the 3 title contenders and then just Marquez.
Yeah, why did they put him in there? It made no sense.
For their clicks.
What?
Literally.
It's the literal clickbait.
I think they're just trying to make him, Marquez, like the new Rossi, I guess. Like marketable kind of thing.
Yeah.
Marketable.
But I was...
Jesus.
But I was
he's the only one that is like marketable though, to be honest.
Well,
Fabio's quite marketable.
Fabio is, but then...
Fabio hasn't got the racing CV to back it up. Like, yes, he's a current champion, of course, but he hasn't won 5 titles, for example. Like, whereas if you look at say F1, Vettel hasn't won a championship in years. It says marketable because he's a 4-time champion.
Yeah, I'd say yet for Fabio though.
Fabio, he's 23. Yeah, he's got many years ahead of him to do it.
Short of misfortune, Fabio will have 5, 6, 7 years more than Marquez right at this point.
Oh, Marquez will retire one day, and Fabio, I'm almost certain, will step into those boots of being the... MotoGP seems to have like a guy will win the championship loads of times. You had Marquez and you had Rossi, then you had McDoohan, and then before that, there was quite a mix of them, but Rainey obviously bagged 3 in a row, and then before that, obviously you had like your Agostini's and your Halewoods.
I'm not so sure you can do that in this day and age, though, because everything's just so
Marquez is probably the only one that can.
I think Fabio will be the next one to sort of, maybe not 8 championships, but I think he definitely will be that next big...
He'll win at least 1 more, Fabio.
A few at least.
I think he'll win 5. I think maybe a 5-time champion is very fair, given his age and given the talent stepping up. Because next year...
Yeah, looking at the Moto3 and Moto2 talent pool at the minute, though.
Well, Ralph Fernandez next year.
And age. They're young. He's still got a few years on all of them before they even move up to even have to worry about them.
Thing is, though, but then you get riders like Izan Guevara and Pedro Acosta who can give him, like Pedro Acosta, I reckon his 4th year in Grand Prix racing will be in MotoGP. It took Johan Mir, did 2 years in Moto3, 1 year in Moto2, bang MotoGP the next year, and bang the champion the year after that. And then you've got obviously Pedro Costa, 1 year in Moto3, he's got 2 years in Moto2 because he's doing next year with a MotoGP option for 24. Ralph Fernandez, who did 2 years in Moto3, 1 year in Moto2, and in MotoGP. Like Fabio could be
even
26.
riders like David Munoz, like looking forward to the future. You know what I mean? If he can polish himself on a Moto2, good God.
Yeah, and if Furman can come out and win a title, or
how much availability there's going to be, though, because there hasn't been that much movement this year, obviously, with Fernandez being the only one moving up. How much availability and free seats is there actually going to be in the next few years?
Well, that's what I think. It'll be fine because now the talent pool is so deep, you have to promote.
I think only the
if you don't promote your
riders,
if you don't promote a rider like David Munoz, for example, if you don't promote him, someone else will.
But it's only the big names that we've talked about. I don't think that much.
You have to be like top 3 now. Like you have to be, like I said, a hyper talent to be stepping up to MotoGP.
Hyper talent maybe once every 3 years previously. Now we've got 4 or 5 on the grid.
Yeah.
Moto2
is going to end up.
And if you don't promote them, another factory will. It's that simple.
Well, that's it. Like Moto2 is going to end up this like purgatory for insanely talented riders, where they can either maybe hold out for a MotoGP seat when one sort of comes up and a contract's up, or they can go to World Superbikes, or World Superbikes is going to end up nuts as well. But I think Moto2 is going to end up this sort of
Well, I think KTM and Yamaha have now set the blueprint for Moto2, and what we'll eventually have in Moto2 is factories running K-Lex chassis. Every factory's going to need one because you need Julian teams. Honda need to get in on it. They have to.
We're going to see, I think, and maybe in the coming years, with all talent, we're going to see another class, I think, emerge. Like I don't know where, who, what, how, and why, but I can see there being like a World Superbike Moto 2 class or something like that. I know that it's street derived things, but like an open Moto 2 class, where like in British GP2, where you make your own chassis and you can race them. But again, because of the production series, I don't know how it would work, or maybe I don't know how it's going to work, but
electric bikes are going to be the big change.
Yeah, Moto E I can see popping off with Ducati in there. Obviously, a lot of riders like Agata and all that will leave the series because of Ducati contracts and stuff like that. Because obviously,
but that will trickle down eventually. Like you'll have Moto 3, Moto 2, and MotoGP all go electric. Moto E will be white.
Nah, I think they'll go for like hybrid fuels more than they'll go for electric. If they can create a carbon neutral fuel, then
but they are also going to stop. Like everybody's going to stop making internal combustion engines by like 2030. MotoGP will have to go electric. It'll have to.
Nah, I don't think that's the case.
I don't think that will affect MotoGP. That'll affect World Superbike. I don't think it'll affect MotoGP.
Yeah. It'll affect the domestic vehicle, but not racing, I don't think.
I don't want
like
internal combustion engine to
prototype classes.
But
you are?
I don't want the internal combustion engine to disappear, but unfortunately it's going to.
In the same way that you can still get a horse-drawn carriage.
You can still get 2 strokes. You can still ride 2 strokes,
Mm-hmm. You'll still get them. They might not be as like prevalent or dominant, or it might not be the most highlighted sport, but it's still going to happen.
Thing is,
don't worry,
sports
Jacob.
will be ruined if they switch to electric only. Like, there's no way, which is why they're trying to make these hydrogen fuels and things like that. Like, people will just stop watching motorsport. Full stop. If MotoGP and F1, for example, both switch to electric fuels, they'll lose half their following overnight.
The only reason they haven't switched yet, in my opinion, is the fact that they can't do a race distance on the electric.
Yes, like 6 or 7 laps they do, right?
Once the battery tech reaches the point where you can do a 72 lap race in F1 on one charge, that's it. Game over.
It'll kill it completely.
It will. It'll destroy it.
They can't do that with how big Formula 1 is at the minute.
I think
they can't do that.
They can't. I think maybe they'll have hybrid engines at MotoGP, and they might have, for example, KERS might be a thing in the future to help with overtaking. Or
I can't remember what it was, but there was a Le Mans car a couple of years back, which was all electric, but it was the opposite hybrid. It had an internal combustion engine next to the driver in the passenger seat, but that was running specifically to charge the electric motor during driving. If they can implement a smaller version of that, because as it is at the minute, the hybrids are, the electric is run just at low speeds, but it doesn't charge the electric, so to speak. It recovers through the brakes, etc. If they can derive a small version of that through in a MotoGP bike, that's the only way I can see internal combustion engines staying.
I think, like the hybrid thing and the type of fuel is what's going to change. I don't think they'll just go straight to an electric only class.
It won't be a case of 2020, 2030, they just announce, okay, no more electric, like just electric only in all classes. It'll be a gradual switch, but it will happen.
I think also like the change from just a purely internal combustion engine, like the bikes are going to have something else going on as well. Like it's going to have to be mental, like capable of reaching 300 mile an hour or some shit on Qatar. Do you know what I mean? Like they've got to be.
I think it's
people
the
to
sound.
be like, I want to watch that.
Like that's the main thing for people. It's like, oh, it doesn't sound very good. Like I got to be honest. I couldn't give 2 shits if the racing's good.
Yeah, well, that's it. When you're at home watching the TV.
And to be honest,
too much, does it? I get it when you're there live, but
even then, the electric vehicles, still in their own way, sound fucking mental.
I love the sound of electric vehicles.
Hear them. I was in Misano and the movie race, it started, and I didn't even realize it had started.
Yeah, like when they're full, like that's the thing. Like when they're in a pack, they're much quieter, which again is only a good thing in terms of circuits, noise regulations, blah blah blah. And that's one other big reason.
They need to have mad noises. Yeah. They got to have noises like whippy, beep, 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 beep.
Like it's a different dimension.
They do in pit lane. They make noises going down pit lane, so that you can hear them. It's crazy.
They need to have mad noises like that.
Because I can remember the
Have missiles.
The first ever Moto E race was Sachsenring 2020, I think. Nicky Tooley won it. And I can remember listening to it and being mind blown that you could hear like the tire slip, you could hear the brakes. It's a different dimension of noise. Just because it's not a roaring engine, it really lets you hear what's going on with the bike.
I like the sound of like the sliders scraping on the floor. And
yeah,
stuff like
sliders.
cool.
That's what I was thinking actually on that first race, because I kept thinking someone had gone down because you hear scraping, but in reality it was just the knee sliders on the floor.
Yeah,
I'd quite like a shot of a Moto e-bike. Someone email Dorna.
Get Cameron on a Moto
like,
e-bike.
Because like a lot of boomers are going to hate me for saying it, but electric is...
I sort of generalization there.
Electric is very much not only the future, but I think a better option than an internal combustion engine for racing, if they can get the battery tech right. Because having 100% of your torque available from 0 RPM, that's a recipe for a brilliant racing car slash bike.
They have to keep it separate for me. Like they can't have. They will.
They have to.
Yeah.
Shock, 3 against 1 ganging up on me again. Fuck you.
Yeah, funny that.
Victim again.
I like the hydrogen.
You need to accept,
I like what hydrogen could do.
But hydrogen is not like hydrogen cars have been tried. And
what do you mean by tried? They're kind of just trying now, really.
We've had the Honda Insight since 1999, Toyota Mirai since 2009. Yeah, and the success rate.
How long do you think it takes? How long do you think it takes to develop these mental technologies?
My point is that nobody's interested. Nobody's bored.
Because they're prohibitively expensive right now because the tech is like nuts.
But nobody's
time, mate.
Nobody's interested. That's the problem with hydrogen.
Those new Hyundais? I'm interested. I'm well interested.
I've
seen these new Hyundais. Oh, it's nuts.
Like the Mirai,
really cool.
The Toyota Mirai is an incredible feat of engineering for what it is. But nobody gives a shit because it's hydrogen.
Yeah, but they're not going to give a shit about electric even more so.
Well, you say
just
that,
a use case.
Look how Yeah, but look, you say that, right? And yet, look how well Tesla sell. People are interested in electric.
Yeah, but like a Tesla and a Moto E versus MotoGP is like.
What I'm saying is, electric is here already. It's the future as well, whereas hydrogen just isn't. They've tried to make it, and I wish they'd made it, because to fuel your car with hydrogen and to emit only water.
But Dorna, haven't they announced that they're doing like biofuels now?
Yeah, carbon neutral fuel.
Fully sustainable fuel by 2007. Because from 2024 they're using like
Back to the Future.
What?
2027, Jesus. But so like they're running like biofuels and things like that at the moment.
But they still emit like certain gases, etc.
Yeah, but that's why they're trying to make it like 100% carbon neutral.
But even if it's carbon neutral, it still emits other gases that are bad for the ozone, etc.
Yeah,
it's better than burning a dinosaur, but like it's still not the future. Sorry, guys.
Well, there we go. Okay,
you're Jacob wrong. Anyway, let's move on.
Sorry, guys.
We should all just shut up then.
Yeah, Jacob speaks, and unfortunately, that's gospel.
Right. All right, you can say that, but when it happens, don't come crying to me.
We won't.
I was planning on it.
Yeah, I was
really sad that you said that.
If I'm still talking to you fuckers by 2030, don't come crying to me.
Right. Let's move on to the Moto 3
grumpy today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lack of
Moto
sleep.
3.
So
I missed it. So give me a play-by-play.
Bikes
Play-by-play. Riders went on track. They overtook a few times, and then they finished the race basically. And then Masia did what he does best and crashed.
Oh, that was a quick one.
It was a bad crash.
It was huge.
It was a classic Japan Motegi crash as well. Just seems to be high sides everywhere in that place.
Yeah.
Was it raining for their race?
No,
No, it was bone
Everything was
dry,
dry.
really. Yeah.
Bone dry.
Not even
dry.
just bone dry.
Bone
Jeez,
dry. That's
oh.
how you know it was dry. Even though, bones are surrounded by blood, which makes them wet. Yeah. They're bone dry.
Thank you. Thanks for clarifying.
Thank you,
Sorry.
Dr. Dan.
I didn't know that before.
There you go. Dr. Deco. Yeah, boy.
Dry as your bone. Anyway.
Yeah. And what the fuck? Anyway, a bit suspect there. Bit weird. And Watley got knocked off again. So that's the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, Watley.
Joe Kelso got knocked off again. It's like, what does that man have to do?
Not be ginger. All got knocked off. Yeah, that's fair enough.
He just seems to be involved in the most stupid of accidents.
Yeah, but John McPhee also does. Therefore, Kelso's clearly putting himself into these situations. And
I haven't seen McPhee get hit by a high side. That's
I
the
have.
thing.
McPhee's been hit by everything from like random typhoons to thunderstorms that only affect him in races. And
Drives around with a
True.
cloud of
I've
rain.
seen it.
yeah,
Yeah.
McPhee's just a victim. So
Yeah.
There's never any evidence because he's never in the front pack. So.
it was today. Well, no, it wasn't. It was in the
sorry.
second.
Oh, no, he wasn't.
It was in the second back.
I tell you what, though, like how again, talking about disheartening in terms of what has happened in the race. How gutted would you be, right, if you were a Moto3 rider and you've just been absolutely tuned by Izan Guevara, who's probably only seen this place on the PlayStation? You'd be devastated.
I think I'd quit racing, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, everybody in that front group except Guevara had been here before. Yeah, Guevara wins.
Yeah. It's
Because Guevara's
bonkers.
world
Nailed
champ.
it.
Guevara.
That's it.
Right. Shall we do
With
the
a bet
predictions
free.
first? Can I do the predictions first before we talk about Moto 3?
Okay.
Because that's what I'm going to try and do. But so I was going to record one and forgot.
For fuck's
If
sake.
you don't listen to this podcast or haven't listened before, we do predictions. And we predict the race is beforehand and we score points on it. So the way the points are scored is you get a point if you predict pole position. You get a point if you predict a rider on the podium in any position. For example, if you predict On-Shoot to be third, if it's your second, you get a point. You get 5 points if you correctly predict pole position in all three classes. You get 5 points if you correctly predict a rider on a podium. For example, if you pick On-Shoot, finish third, he finishes third, you get 5 points. If you correctly predict the winner, you get 10 points. If you correctly predict all three riders on the podium, but they're in the incorrect positions, you get 15 points. You get 20 points if you incorrectly predict the riders on the podium, like you would for 15 points, but get pole. If you correctly predict the riders on the podium in their correct positions, you get 25 points. If you correctly predict all three podium riders on the podium in their correct positions and get pole, you get 30. And if you can do that for all three classes, we'll give you 100 points.
Whoa.
Wow.
No one's written in yet and said they got 100 points.
No. Can you just clip that bit that I've just said, and then just use that every time?
Hang on.
Yeah, okay. I'm just going to click. Okay, right. I'll be able to find it now.
Nice.
It's the second
Let's
week
go.
in a row that
There
you've
can't
done it.
be. There
Yeah,
can't
and I've
be
done it.
anybody.
Amazing
700
second
points.
time in a row. So. Yeah,
I'm impressed.
I'm getting better at that.
Yeah, he's getting
Yeah.
better.
Well,
Right,
you
let's
must have
go.
said it because you haven't
Predictions.
clicked it. You'd expect you to say it in your sleep. Though.
Yeah, true. Right. So pole position went to Suzuki. Ryan hasn't got any qualifying poles in any classes because he didn't send. I'm going to blame it on him, even though I should have asked him, but I shouldn't be asking him because he should know to send the predictions anyway because we ask him every week. But he didn't send me predictions until midway through qualifying, so I'm not going to give him.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give him anything for that. Thankfully,
What did he put though? Out of curiosity.
He didn't do 3 or 2 because they were already finished, but he put Marquez for pole in MotoGP.
Ah, okay.
But that's how far into the session we were.
Hashtag fix.
Yeah. So Suzuki finished on pole, started on pole, should I say, in Moto3. Me and Lauren went for Guevara, Jacob Holgado, and Cameron Sasaki. So 0 points scored.
Ease.
So the actual Moto3 podium was Guevara, 1, and then Foggia, and then Sasaki. I went for, in third place, Suzuki. Jacob went Sasaki, so he gets 5 points. Cameron went Guevara, who won the race, so he gets a point. Ryan went Munoz, and Lauren went Onshu, so she scores 0 points there. I went Sasaki second, he's finished third, so I get a point. Jacob went Guevara, so he gets a point. Cameron went Suzuki. Ryan went Sasaki, and Lauren went Sasaki, so we all get a point for that one. For the winner, I went for Guevara, so I get 10 points. Jacob went Mazia, Cameron went Sasaki, Ryan went Foggia, and Lauren went Guevara as well, so she gets 10 points, and I forgot to score you those 10 points. Whoops.
And I got one, right?
Are you trying to take points away from me? This is ridiculous.
Yeah,
I've come on here. You slag me off every week on who I predict, and now you're not even going to give me points.
Sorry.
You come on, you give us points. That's your payment.
Yeah, sorry. I've just updated your tally there. So, I haven't done the. So heading into this race weekend, the scoreboard was Mio 265, Cameron 224, Ryan 164, Jacob 142, and Lauren 26. In that race, Moto3, I scored 6, Jacob 6, Cameron 2. I didn't score 6. I was very tired doing this. I scored 10 as well. Lad minute, I scored 11 actually. So did Lauren. Lauren, we
really
get extra points.
In this.
I was clearly just off my head making this.
Sarah, take a nap.
I needed to. Jeez. Right. So I scored 11. Lauren scored 11. Jacob 6. Cameron 2. Ryan 2. So the tally after that one, I have 266. That's not right. 276.
No, it's not.
Jesus Christ.
Well, this is a fucking car crash.
Jacob with 148. Cameron with 226. Ryan with 166. And Lauren with 37.
To anyone listening, please disregard these scores because they're probably fucking wrong.
That'll be right. The
mine's
total's right. The total's right at the end. I can promise you that. So yeah, Moto3. Guevara, I think, is probably going to win the championship now.
This has done it.
Oh,
What's his face? Garcia's just fucked it, to be honest, hasn't he?
that's a brave prediction, mate.
I'm
This
surprised you said
this
that.
is genuinely like, if
Shocking
nothing else,
and
the
brave.
confidence hit. This has done it. I wouldn't be surprised to see him taken next week, to be honest.
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it?
What's it? How
He
many points does he clear?
He can't. He
You
nearly.
can't take it until Australia.
Yeah, he can't take it to Australia. Like if
Oh,
he'd
yeah,
have
yeah.
left,
So,
if
no,
he'd have
no,
left
because
this
if he
race.
leaves
Oh, no, Jacob,
with
shut up! I'm trying to
75.
explain it here. So if he'd have left Japan with 50 points up, then he could take it next week.
Yes.
But he's left with 45.
Oh, it's
so-
45 in there, that's right.
Yeah.
I was going to say he's left with 50 points, but he hasn't. Never mind.
Yeah, and he had a headset on his helmet as well.
Cool lid.
He
For a
looked a
brand-
bit silly after.
Yeah, it was a what was it? Audio Technica,
Technica, yeah.
which I've realised
Oh,
my
right.
microphone is Audio Technica. So
Yeah, it is.
Big
hell
fanboy.
yeah, boy.
Dulcet tones.
That's it. I was there with you, Guevara, from day one. So
And then I say in the chat, oh, has Guevara got a new lid? No.
yeah, but you say every fucking week, oh, has this guy got a new helmet?
Yeah, most of the time I'm right, just saying.
No, you're not. You're a fucking liar. But yeah, Saki again was on the box again, which was impressive.
Love that guy.
Again on the
Love
box
him.
again.
Wow. Can you tell I'm tired? What's going on? Jesus Christ. But yeah, Saki had a solid race of obviously Foggia and Masia. Masia obviously crashing out late into the race. Pretty much destroying any chances of a last lap scrap for that last podium position. But it was a good race. As well with Garcia, who finished 4th. That is his best result since Assen.
F.
Whoa.
Wait, Garcia?
Yeah,
Best
that
result?
was Garcia's best result since Assen.
It's acid.
That's
Yeah.
why he's lost the
Assen.
championship right
That's
there.
that's
Yeah.
horrendous.
He's
and in
been
that time,
thereabouts, but not
No.
the.
well, let's say right in those 5 races, Garcia hasn't finished 2 of them. Finished Aragon in 13th or 12th. I don't know what 3-point scores you. 13th, I think. Yeah, 13th. 2 DNFs. Finished 4th in Austria and 5th. No, finished 6th in Austria and 5th in Japan. In that time, Guevara has not finished in England at the same time. Then finished Austria in 7th, and then podium, victory in Aragon, and victory in Japan. That's how the championship has turned around. And it in just 5 races, it's just gone from Garcia there. It's just flipped on its head.
I think you're saying as well, like today was his best result in ages of 4th.
Yeah.
He was still 9.3 seconds off.
Yeah.
Which in a typical Moto3 race was
miles.
Yeah, like way down the order, not even in the points nearly.
Yeah.
So like
just couldn't stay with that front group. He was there. He had the opportunity and he blew it.
It didn't help that he had Munoz dive bomb in every corner as well.
Well, he was lucky to finish then, wasn't he? Really?
I thought Munoz was quite tame.
Munoz was tamer than usual, to be fair. But like McPhee, for example, was trying to get in a rhythm, and every time he tried, bloody Munoz would just send it. And
that's
I was
the point
like,
in racing.
That is the point in racing.
You got to do it.
But the thing is, though, it's like if Guevara was just podiuming, it would probably be enough for Garcia to just keep pace.
Yeah.
But when you've got a teammate as well and a championship title contender who's actually winning quite consistently, 4th, 5th, 6th ain't good enough.
No, well, that's the thing. To win a Moto3 championship, you have to be on the box nigh on every single week. Like, we've got 4 rounds left, which means we've done 16 races. Guevara's stepped on the podium 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. Whereas Garcia stepped on the podium 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. 3 extra podiums have gained him a 45-point lead because they actually still. I know Guevara has 1 less DNF than Garcia, but even so, like 45 points. Like Garcia was leading the championship like 3 races ago
by a margin.
It's terrifying. But yeah, and I'm really sad about Scott Ogden actually, who started the race in 2nd place. Amazing qualifying by Scott Ogden, though.
Unbelievable.
So happy for him.
You know they say rain is the great leveler.
Yeah, it is. Well, he's got the talent for it, as we've seen. Like, but it's just something about that bike, or he's just he finished behind Carrasco.
It's not quite.
It's probably
not
the
quite
worst
clicking.
Honda on the grid.
Yeah, it's easily the worst Honda. Like, they're a C team at this point. Like,
yeah, no, even Team Asia's bikes are better than theirs at this point.
Yeah, Furasato got his first points in the World Championship at 17 now he is. Given that he came from Asia Talent Cup.
Oh.
Solid.
Oh. Okay, Jacob.
Yeah, sorry, the 3rd race of the Nations is on. It's a France one too.
Sick. Anyway, so yeah, Furasato, who's come from the Asia Talent Cup, has got his first points in the championship. Which genuinely, given that absolute monumental step up that he's made.
Yeah, it's pretty drastic.
Yeah, like I think he'll do well in Thailand because I think he's raced there before. But he spent most of last year racing in, like, I think they did like 4 rounds at Qatar.
Yeah, I think he did. He won them all.
He won every single race. But he did 6 races. He won 6 of 6. But
legend.
Yeah, absolute hero. So I'm really impressed with him. I think, again, guy for the future. Like, yeah, I'm fully on board the Furasato train there. Yeah, I'm really...
Yes. Welcome. Choo-choo.
We have parties here. We've got the bloody Pedro Costa train going, and now we've got the Furasato train on the same. It's all good.
It's all linked. It's all linked. It's
train.
all on future hype.
Yeah.
We're all living in the future because the present sucks.
Hell yeah.
It doesn't.
Depressing, goddamn.
But yeah, and the one signing I wanted to hold off for a minute because I wanted to get your opinions was Fanati has signed for the Snipers team.
Okay.
Which is
whatever.
But he'll have 1 year.
Game.
He's 26. He'll get 1 year and then he's gone.
No, because apparently you can ride when you're 28.
Oh yeah, you can ride when you're 28. So he's got 2 years. Like, what's the fucking point, man?
Surely there is that Italian talent that could have been slotted in there.
Oh, like Matteo Battel, for example.
Luca Lunetta could have rode it.
Yeah,
like there are options, but instead they pick what is basically a pensioner in Moto2 terms.
It's because he's the most successful Moto3 rider of all time. But it's like, how many times are you going to make your Moto3 return?
Yeah, he is, but that's because he spent his, he spent a good chunk of his life in Moto3.
Yeah. It's almost like an accolade you don't want, really, because chances are it means you've been there way too long.
I think they want to spice the racing up a bit again.
Maybe, because I wouldn't
I
mind
can't
seeing
imagine how
Finale
much
again.
he's bringing.
He is definitely bringing money. There's no doubt about that at all.
That's 300 grand minimum there. It gotta be.
Yeah, but like, let's have a look. How many Moto3 wins has he got now? He has got 13 wins in Moto3. It's just terrifying.
And that makes him the most successful Moto3 racer ever.
That's because most people leave after what?
Yeah,
I said it's not like
seasons?
back in the day, is it? Where you got 2 strokes, and some people were like 2-stroke 125, 250 specialists. Now Moto3 is literally a stepping stone. That's all it's good for.
Because Louis Salon was the most successful with 9, and then Johan Mir came along and won 9 in a single year. And obviously he'd won the year previous as well, so he's got 10. But Finati's up to 13 now. But
you think it'll stay there?
Yeah, because if Guevara's stepping up, he won 1 last year. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wins in Moto3. He's got 7 Moto3 wins. He's won. Yeah, he's won 5. Oh, he's won 5 this year. I thought he'd won 6.
Yeah, he won 2 last year.
1, 2, 3, 4. Won 1 last year, didn't he? Kota. So yeah, 6 wins, for example. Like, he can't beat that record unless he does next year.
Which he ends.
Dennis Foggia, I would say, is close, but he's not that close to it. Again, I would say Foggia, let's have a look. 9 wins. Foggia, 9 wins. Sergio Garcia, let's have a look.
Foggia's moving up, isn't he? Yeah.
So again, that record can't be broken. This is
I think
why.
The only rider who is in a position to break his record is still in Moto2, and that's Lorenzo Dalla Porta.
Yeah, he's not.
If he goes back down, he probably could break the record, but he ain't.
He'll be too old by that point. Like, he's 25 now, so once his 2-year deal's gone, that's it. But even then, Dalla Porta's only got 5.
Like, I don't think there's any honour anymore in being the highest
if anything,
rider in Moto3 and Moto2.
Being the most successful Moto3 rider at this point is bad. It's disrespectful.
That's what I was meaning. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like it's a class you need to get out of, not keep coming back to after 2. It's like Danny Kent with 2 failed Moto2 stints, and so he returned to Moto3 twice. No disrespect to Danny.
It's a failed Moto2 stint, because obviously he got kicked out of the speed up team.
And he got kicked out of the snipers as well for the grabbing the brake lever.
Yeah, true.
That brake lever incident, if he'd never done that, he'd be in Moto2 still probably.
Yeah.
Or he'd have completed Moto2 and been shipped off to World Supersport.
Yeah, I was about to say he'd be in like 10 car day or something.
Yeah, it's just it's just sad that
I'm actually salty about it. Like, he's denying a talent who's coming through a seat, and for what? To spend 2 years there on, let's be honest, is a non-winning bike at this point.
Yeah, but not even that. It's just sad to see his career the way it's gone. Like, when he made his debut, and he was, pole on his first race? And then he got a podium, and then he won at Jerez.
Yeah, podium first race, won Jerez second race. They're still the biggest ever gap in Moto3 by 2 seconds, I want to say.
He won his second ever race in the class by 36 seconds.
36, there we
are. It was second
wet,
ever race.
Oh my God.
Of course it was wet, but...
Did everyone else fall off or something?
No. He was just that much quicker. But
yeah, because there was quite a few retirements, but the riders who did finish were Luis Salon, Sandro Cortese, Rins. No, Vinales was 6th. Masbu, Antonelli was there. Alex Marquez. Like some bloody fast riders.
Names.
Yeah,
he just had it that day.
Big names who have all moved up.
Brad Binder was in that field. Jack Miller was in that field. Vasquez, obviously Oliveira.
What year was this?
2012.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Like, that shows you where he should be, because the winner of that first race in Qatar was Vinales.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then he's gone and won the second race by 36 seconds. He should be
see his career fall by the wayside the way it has.
A lot is self-inflicted, but I think the speed up one was harsh. But I think it's also a reputation thing.
But to go back on Jacob's point from last weekend, I think the pressure lumped onto him as a 16-year-old kid probably damaged him as well. Slightly agree with Jacob. Even half of his point was wrong last week.
What ruined what ruined him was falling out with VR46. That's what set it all down to.
Punching someone wasn't exactly.
Yeah,
Well,
getting
it's just third strike because
things.
he decked. He hit Uchi on it or something.
Yeah,
but that was his third strike
he
as
threw
well.
across at Uchiha, yeah. And, he was pulled from a race when and since then he's been damaged goods.
Yeah, and he's just screwed himself really now, and I can't see a way back for his career. I think maybe he'll end up in the CIV probably, or
I think he's good enough to go to World Supersport. He clearly has money.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know why he doesn't go.
I would fully expect to see him at like a mid-pack Yamaha team at some point very soon.
Callia Racing, he can afford that. Afford one of their seats, you know. But
Brothers alongside Baldo. Oh no, wait.
Yeah, it's just sad. But yeah, so moving on to Moto 2, but before we do that, the Moto 3 Grand Prix qualification, leaving Japan is Izan Guevara in P1, leading Sergio Garcia by 45 points. Dennis Foggia third with 63 back. I think that's title gone as well. Sasaki fourth.
Yeah.
Messiah fifth. Onshu is in sixth with 100 points. So Onshu is the last rider in championship contention. Then Suzuki, Minyo, Holgado, and Tatai in 10th place. So Holgado is the fastest or highest placed rookie. So moving to Moto 2 with our predictions. Kane got pole position. I went for Agura. So did Cameron and Lauren. And Jacob went Chantra. None of us got a point for that. In the race, it was Agura that took the victory ahead of Fernandez, then Lopez. For third place, I went with Agura, who won the race, so I get a point. Jacob went Acosta. Cameron and Ryan went Fernandez, so they both get a point. And Lopez finished. Oh my God, Lauren, you got Lopez as well. And
Are you stealing points from me again?
And again, I've not given you the right points for it. Oh my word. I'm so sorry. Lauren, yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, Lauren got Lopez in third position. So Lauren, well done.
5 points.
You get 5 points.
Very nice.
Second place,
nice.
I went for Fernandez, so I get 5 points. Jacob went Aranas. Cam went Agura, so Cameron gets a point. Ryan went Chantra. Lauren went Agura, so Lauren gets a point for that. For the win, I went Acosta. Jacob went Agura, so Jacob gets 10 points. Cameron went Chantra. Ryan went Canet. Lauren went Acosta, so Lauren gets 0 again. So our points tallies for that. I don't know. I'm freaking tired at this point. Our points tallies after that one. I scored 6 points. Jacob scored 10. Ryan 2. Cameron 2, sorry. Ryan 1 and Lauren 6. So our tallies after that. I'm on 277. Ryan in third with 167. Cameron in second with 228. I'm reading this the wrong order.
Nice curveball.
Jacob with 158. So he's just behind Ryan. So he's considering the gap between them is 22. After that, it's 9 points. And then Lauren with 38.
That's respect. Is that 3 rounds you've done now, Lauren?
Whoa, no.
Yeah.
You've done the maths wrong. I was on 37 a second ago. And I scored 6.
God.
This is ridiculous.
Can I just say, I did say to disregard his standings.
Yeah.
To be fair, I've given you a final total of 44, but you've just docked yourself a point down to 43. So well done for that. So yeah, you got 43 points, Lauren. So yeah, because you didn't score any points at GP.
You had 37 and you scored 6. Is that right?
Yeah, but my stupid maths has put you to have 44.
But you'd also just said I had 38.
Yeah, 38 after Moto 2 and then 44 after MotoGP. So in Moto 2,
okay.
Canet bottled it again. Are we ever going to find out what that freaking bow tie is for?
No,
I don't.
I've decided. I've changed my tune on it now.
He's going to be like the Zarko.
It's just silly now. Like, why?
He's the Hulkenberg of Moto 2. 3 years.
Why has he done that though?
What?
Canet.
Set up the whole story about the bow tie and all, and now he cannot win a race.
He's put too much pressure on himself for it. I think he's put that much pressure on himself. He's like, like,
Well,
you
both
unlock
his
this winner in a
crashes
race,
today.
and
Like,
no, he can't.
There is no story.
Yeah.
It's intentional.
It's just
that
gonna be
he's
like,
blaming
no, there's just nothing, bro. It's just an inside joke.
it.
So
He
it's gonna
can't bear
be.
to tell people, so he just drops it.
Yeah, he's like,
like
oh,
the
can't do
problem
that.
he's got
Yeah,
is
I
that
can't
both of his
possibly win.
crashes, they were classic Motegi crashes. Obviously, he's done twice today.
Oh yeah, he was.
Both are so easy to do, and he did them both. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, it's not really ideal, to be honest. And Vietti has absolutely choked it as well. Like, there's no
Was
way
he
in
down
hell.
again as well? Sorry, I missed this.
Yeah,
race too,
Vietti
so-
crashed as well again.
Well, that's that then.
Like,
Bye.
bloody hell! Like, he was going to win the championship. By Portimao, he was so far up. He had everything falling into his place. He finished second in Portimao, and everybody else crashed out. How the hell is he 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 DNFs? He's finished out of 16 races. He's not finished 6 of them.
Yeah, that's not for championship form, is it?
It's horrendous. And like,
It
he
was.
qualifies terribly because he stacks it during qualifying.
Pressure hit him. I think now he's probably mathematically out, give or take. I think we'll see a difference in him.
Yeah, the thing is, most of the year he has not made. He's been in Q1 as well.
Yeah. But as I said in previous pods, though, I don't think Q1's a disadvantage anymore.
Yeah, but like, even so, it's not a disadvantage. But when he's not getting out of Q1 and qualifying, below 18,
At some point, it's going to bite you, isn't it?
and it has a lot of rounds this year. It has.
Like, you can't
And
keep
I'm
doing it. You don't want to do it, but I don't think it's a disadvantage anymore, so to speak.
No, but it's just a case of like, I don't think I've ever seen a rider bottle it this bad. They're 72 points back.
Yeah,
What can you say? Like,
he's not coming back from that.
No.
Yeah. Literally, if he does not win the next, every single race now going forward, he's going to be mathematically out very, very soon.
Well, yeah. I mean, he can't be out mathematically. So next weekend he'll still be in it, but the weekend after, Phillip Island, that's when he can be out of it.
He basically needs the top 3 to DNF 3 of the last 5 races. Not going to happen, Chief.
And he needs to win all 3 of them.
Agura and Fernandez are just far too consistent.
Yeah, and aside from that, if one DNFs, you can't see the other unless they have 3 incidents.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
you can't see that because both are considered clean riders.
Yeah, and saying on Agura though, the fact that he won today. He was the first Japanese rider to win since his boss.
Yeah,
Ayama, 2000 was it 9? Was it or 2006? 8? Oh, I don't know.
His title year.
Was it? No, he won 2009. Tim Shelley was 08.
Yeah, 9-20, yeah. He won in his title year at Motegi.
I'm going to Google it because I don't
Not
trust
16
any of this.
years ago?
Yeah, I think it was 2006.
It might be,
Have a look. When was Japan? Oh no, he got a podium. Yeah, he didn't win then.
Podium was it?
Yeah, there you go. 2006.
Oh, yeah, it was
right
Ayama,
the first
though.
time. Yeah.
He was in KTM at that fight, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. So yeah, the fact that he's done it, like Agura even said after the race, I love that. He said it was the best day of his life
so far.
Amazing.
Wait till you win the championship.
Because come Valencia,
Oh.
come Valencia, it's gonna be a footnote of the best day of his life.
But we all knew he'd have a good season this year, but he is having a spectacular season this year.
Yeah,
He's
as I said,
unbelievably good.
I fully expected him to do really well at the flyaways, and so far so good.
I think though, I do think Fernandez has the edge.
Not at this point.
Purely though, because Fernandez has done all the flyaways. Like, yes, of course, Agura won today, but he's got that home boost as well. Fernandez has done all these flyaways in Moto2 before. Agura hasn't. I'm not even sure if he did them. Oh, he did them in 2019, didn't he?
2019, yeah. I think the only place Fernandez is going to have the upper hand is Valencia. So if he comes to Valencia with less than 4 or 5 points on the table, there's a good chance he can win and win the title.
Well, he's got the upper hand full stop anyway because of the fact that he's done all these flyaways before. He's done the flyaways in Moto2 previously, whereas Agura hasn't. As Agura's been able to adapt and win the race today, of course, which kind of throws it out the window a little bit. But
yeah, Agura, in terms of, as I said last week, in terms of where he's from, though, I think it's a far bigger advantage being Asian in the Asian flyaways than having done it on a bike before.
Yeah, but Fernandez has the consistency, which is why I say that he's kind of got the edge as well, because Fernandez has had 2 DNS this year. Agura's only had 1, but in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 races. No, wait, that's 8. In the last 8 races, Fernandez has finished on the podium in 7 of them.
Yeah.
Whereas Agura has finished on the podium in 1, 2, 3 of them.
But I don't think it's going to matter come these flyaways if Agura comes into Valencia with, say, a 10, 12 point lead.
But
because he's not going to throw our way.
Yeah, but the thing is, Agura can't if his consistency is off, which is my point, that Fernandez has the major supreme consistency.
Okay, but if he's first and Fernandez is second in the next 3 races, that's a 15-point swing. That's 13 points going into Valencia.
Yeah, but you're missing my point. My point is, Fernandez is much more consistent than Agura. Can Agura keep this consistency up throughout the rest of the flyaways?
I think he can do it in the flyaways. If this was still Europe, I would say Fernandez upper hand. But because flyaways in Asia, conditions, adaptation, etc., I think Agura now has the upper hand.
The conditions definitely favour Agura, but whether he can be consistent, because when Agura's off it, he's off it. He is 9th, 10th. Whereas Fernandez being off it is 4th or 3rd. Which is...
I don't think it's unrealistic to say Agura could win the next 3 races, which is a problem for Fernandez.
I can't see it. Especially not, say, Phillip Island. I can't see it.
Yeah, PI is going to be the main swing here, I think, because I can fully see Agura and Chandra being 1-2 in Thailand. Sepang is going to be, his usual 90% humidity, etc. So PI is going to be very big in terms of the championship.
Let's have some input from you, Cameron and Lauren. Do you think?
I mean, hard to argue with Jacob right here. I feel like, but you're saying that the home advantage, or sort of being Asian at these Asian flyaways, is bigger than basically being Augusto Fernandez right now. I don't know. Fernandez clearly showed that even being on these flyaways in such unfamiliar culture and environment, and not affected him, really, has it? No. Let's be honest.
Just the gap of being 2 points leaving this, I think, is key. Because if Agura can, and realistically can do it, Fernandez comes second, it isn't enough all of a sudden. Because then he go to Valencia with a 13-point disadvantage.
I
honestly think it'll be whoever finishes highest in Valencia will win the championship.
I cannot see Agura winning. I can't see Agura winning these 3 races. No chance in hell.
If Fernandez beats Agura in Australia, then I would suggest Fernandez will go on to win the title. But if Agura has him there, as well as obviously going to be doing well at Malaysia and Thailand, because it's Agura, he's consistent. It's going to be stiflingly hot, etc.
How big is the points difference been there
2 points.
The last? No, but in the last
7.
sort of it was
7 going into this race.
And what was it before that? How big's it been? It hasn't really.
It was 7 going into this race.
It had gone Agura's way at one point, and then it went back to Fernandez.
It was Agura's, I think. Thing is, right, it was Agura's a few rounds ago.
Yeah.
But it was also Canet's. But Augusto Fernandez basically screwed up the first 5 races of the season, but his absolute obscene, he has finished in the last 11 races off the podium only 3 times. That consistency, I think this title is Fernandez's to lose. Yes, there's only 2 points between them, and yes, he could DNF and anything can happen, but that consistency, that rhythm that he is onto now with a MotoGP contract in his back pocket, I fully cannot see. Aguro's got the home advantage in Asia, but
the only thing
cannot.
about Fernandez is that he is prepared to settle.
Yeah.
And I don't think he can afford to settle for second places anymore. He's going to have to go for the wins. And
but
I'm not sure he can do it.
With Agura being wildly inconsistent, Fernandez could settle for a second if Agura's
if we were saying this in Assen, I would 100% back you because Europe Fernandez would be stronger. But not now. Not at this point.
It is Fernandez's championship to lose, but I do think it'll go down to Valencia and just manages
based
to
on the
season,
on the day. 100% it's going to go to Valencia, short of disaster. So I think it's going to take a mechanical to be before Valencia, not rider error. Because
I literally think it's going to be whoever finishes. Like, it'll be so close in points, like it is now, 2 points or so, and it'll literally be one of them finishes, say, second, and the other finishes third, and that's it.
I just wouldn't be surprised to see Agura leading going into Valencia.
Like, we need to see Agura's consistency step up now. Like, if he is serious about this title, he needs that consistency now. Because if he has one bunk race now, that's it. It's gone.
All right, we'll say now next week we got to Thailand. Agura wins, Fernandez is second, right? Agura takes the championship lead.
Yeah, but then with Agura's consistency, he could be like sixth the week after.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Australia is pivotal then.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think I'm very excited about Moto2 this year. It's probably my favorite class this year.
Yeah,
which I've never.
I'm really happy to see it in the attention.
Yeah, and again, I was standing right by Alonso Lopez in third place. But he's still a rookie. People keep forgetting he is a freaking rookie.
Mm-hmm.
And a mid-season rookie, no less.
A mid-season, and he's a 10th in the championship. Yes, he crashed last time out, but he's 10th in the championship ahead of like Schrotter, Navarro, Ben Schneider, Renat,
season Moto2 veterans.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, he's got it, hasn't he?
The thing is, like, I keep thinking, when's he going to have a crap race? Because the speed up obviously isn't great at all tracks. But Lopez seems to be able to ride around the issues that the speed up kind of throws at you. Like, him on a Calex would be at the top every race, but it doesn't need to be on a Calex because somehow he's managing to do it on the speed up that not even Canet could do it on last year. It's super impressive. I'm so impressed by him. Next year is going to be very interesting.
Going to be a threat, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he finished only 4 tenths ahead of Jake Dixon as well, who was looking very racy in the later stages of the race. I think Dixon definitely had a podium in him. That's the thing, Dixon seems to be able to start on the front row, but he can't hold it. And I guess that's obviously Moto2 being Moto2, of course.
Yeah, it's literally, if you do not be aggressive, someone's going to be aggressive against you. It's that simple. Moto2 is a pay pit.
Yeah, I'm glad he was able to keep up on 2 wheels as well without. That's not a joke either. Like, I'm just glad that he was able to, finish the race as well.
Been in these positions before and thrown it down the road, haven't he? So it is good to see.
Well,
but look at the step up he's made though from last season.
Dramatic step up. Yeah,
I think people need to give him a bit more credit for that. Like, okay, he's still got the inconsistency and he crashes, but compared to last year, he's head and shoulders above last year's performance.
Yeah, and I think next year he's fully on the list for a championship contender. Yeah. Fully, as long as he can keep that consistency, he's going to be.
Well, I can't wait to see him win his first race. Unfortunately, it's a big if with Dixon and consistency still at the minute.
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? You can be consistent but slow, and it's very hard to get faster at that. But if you're a fast rider but inconsistent, it's very easy to train out the inconsistency.
Yeah, that's it. He does have the advantage there of being able to say he's got the pace. You can tune out the inconsistency, but he's not yet done it.
He will. There's no doubt. He's got so many great people around him. Franco Carcetti and a lot are in his corner as well.
Yeah, like I see no reason he couldn't. But I think it is worth pointing out that he still has not yet, and that's why I don't think I'd put him as a championship contender just yet.
Yeah, but many riders, like Franco Morbidelli, didn't win a race before his championship.
Well, that's
win
it, didn't it?
season.
Like he could easily come in, win Qatar, and then bam, gone.
Yeah,
It happens. It's been known to happen, but not yet.
but and yeah, obviously as we go down the order, some good rides in the standout field. Obviously, Pedro Costa in 7th, solid ride by Pedro. Arenas in 8th as well. Chantra in 5th place as well.
Chantra had an issue of some form.
Yeah, because he was back at the podium earlier on.
Right up there. Something happened. I think his brakes went.
Yeah, they did. Obviously, Delaporta got them points as well. And Zonta just missed out as well.
I said if he would said in Qatar, he'd be 16th at some point this season and 5 seconds off a point. He probably would have torn your arm off for it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But look at, like, even though he didn't score points, looking at it from an objective point of view, that's a hell of a ride.
Yeah, solid ride. Right, moving to MotoGP, but first before I do that, the Moto2 standings are as such.
Also, just one other thing as well. When do you think Furman's not gonna?
Yeah, I was gonna say actually, I was just remembered Furman. Yeah, because he qualified 2nd.
And if he had not decked it, he would have taken the lead and a long lead as well. But of course, if Granny and Plum should be grandpa, they're all
I know it was always going downhill for him. I think if he took the lead, he would have panicked, and the same outcome would have happened. I think he just completely panicked being up there.
Yeah, I think he's quite, like, no disrespect, obviously, but I think he's quite mentally fragile.
Well, he was crying after the race when he'd crashed.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
So it shows you how much it means to him, but at the same time, he's 17. Like, he's got...
he's putting too much pressure on himself, and he...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he needs to... Like, he's got it. He's fully got it. Mm-hmm. Like, we've seen that, and we've seen the flashes of it. Like, you don't do what you did last year if you don't have it. He started the season 15 years old, and he was winning Moto2 races,
Yeah.
You don't do that. It's not normal. And so he's got it. And I think he's just so desperate to reach the heights he did last year. And he's seeing Lopez on the box every week. And I think that's absolutely crushing him. Thankfully, him and Lopez are really good mates. Like, they share hotel rooms together and stuff like that. They are really on good terms, which is really positive. But yeah, I just think he needs to maybe get like a coach, for example, because he's got it, as we know. He just needs to find it.
I think the winter will be interesting for him. I think we'll see him come back next season as a very different rider.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Right, before we move to MotoGP, just like to congratulate Jake Gagne, who has been crowned the 2022 Moto America champion, his 2nd title.
Condo America is the world.
Yeah, he's successfully defended the number 1 plate, which is not an easy feat, as we've seen many times over. And bloody hell, PJ Jacobson absolutely sent it under Petrucci on the last lap to take the final podium spot from Petrucci. But yeah, really, really good ride by Jake. We will see him in the World Superbike Series in 2 weeks' time at Portimao. So very, very excited for that one.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and really like Jake. He's great. Right. So, moving to MotoGP. Bloody hell, these predictions.
Yeah, qualifying for pay to any kind of points.
The podium, firstly, was just mental. I could not predict that. So, firstly, pole position went to Marc Marquez. I picked Bagnaia, Jacob Quartararo, Miller, and Lauren Alicia Spargaro. The podium was Jack Miller, ahead of Binder, Brad, and then Jorge Martin.
Well, who saw that coming? See, I went with a sort of left field-ish prediction for the podium, but I went with the wrong left. Maybe I went right field.
The wrong
left.
I was the wrong left. I was I just thought it's going to be a wild podium, but
did not expect to be that wild with Jack Miller absolutely annihilating the field.
I know. I did mull over Brad Binder when we did the predictions last week, but I decided I didn't do it.
Jorge Lorenzo did, didn't he?
Yeah. So on the predictions, third place, I went for Brad Binder. So I get a point. Let's go. Jacob went Rins. Cameron Zarco. Ryan Quattararo. Lauren Marini. Who was fourth again.
No.
Or was he fifth? Was he fifth? Sorry.
Sixth?
Sorry. Jeez.
He's
Are you
sixth on the
forgetting a
classification.
certain M. Marquez exists?
I am forgetting Mark Marquez because he's not been there the whole year, apparently.
He's sixth on my timesheet.
Yeah, he
He's
was sixth. He'd just been a fucking idiot again.
okay,
So Marini was third. Then second place, I went for Bastianini, who had once again a shit race. I was like, that's a dead set podium. Shite race. Jacob went Quattararo. Cameron went Quattararo. Ryan went Miller in second, so Ryan gets a point. And Laura went Aleix Espargaro, who we will discuss because I'm very sad about him. And I went for Bagnaia, who fucked it. Jacob went Aleix Espargaro. Cameron went Alex freaking Rins. Like, Cameron, mate, you're trying to catch me on the championship standings here, and you did quite well last time out, and then you go
Looking at
Alex
the-
Rins.
Yeah,
Looking
well,
at the podium, though, it's not that far out there.
yeah. The thing about Rins is
podium
he damaged his rim.
Again.
Yeah.
We've got a lot
Which
of
is
rims
so-
getting damaged, aren't we?
How can I
I'm
predict
sure
that?
it's the magnesium rims. Like they must be a structural weakness somewhere. Is it worth it for heat dissipation at this point? When they keep getting dented.
Yeah, it's not good. I
Well-
didn't do the Moto 2 standings as well. Forgot to do that. I'll read them out.
I
in a
don't think anybody cares. Honestly.
minute. No. Ryan went
I chose
Bagnaia,
the. Oh, sorry. Go on.
and then Laura went Quattararo. You can explain this out. So the points, I scored a point, Ryan scored a point, and everyone else scored 0. So the points leaving Japan are me on 183, Cameron on
What?
228. Sorry, 283. Sorry. Cameron on 228, Ryan on 168, Jacob 10 behind on 158, and Lauren with 43.
I'm still in with a shout. I'm not losing hope in this. I'm telling you.
No, yeah, it's, yeah. So, Cameron, why'd you pick Rins again?
Well, I just thought it would be nice and poetic for him to take Suzuki to the podium, or to the win
In their
you know,
last
for
race.
their last sort of, I guess home race. I know it's Honda's track, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He did have pace, but he wasn't going to win it, was he? I chose the wrong Pramac for third.
Yeah,
who saw Binder
Zarco
coming?
just went.
Go.
Yeah, I even said before the race. Every time I say before the race, oh yeah, I think Zarco's going to win today, and he just screws it. So I'm never saying that ever again.
Yes, please.
But
What
yeah,
happened to Aleix?
is
Sad
what was
Aleix
it?
noises. An eco map.
Oh no!
they left an eco map on before the race, meaning his bike was on limp mode basically from the start.
Why does a 300 horsepower MotoGP racing machine have an eco mode?
Or warm
For
up
city
and
driving, of
cycling
course.
laps.
Oh yes.
For
Saves
the
some fuel.
weekdays.
Yeah,
I think it
allegedly
runs on one cylinder going to the line. And with
Right.
that, you can't change it like on the bike. You have to go into the garage and reflash the ECU ready for it,
Mhm.
which is
That seems silly.
dumb as
Even
shit.
worse.
Yeah, so the fastest bike swap I've ever seen, mind you, for
Yeah, he
Well, they
dropped it,
dropped
didn't he?
Threw it away.
Did he?
Like Lacrona today at the Superbikes just dropped his Honda as well. But yeah, he just kind of dropped it.
And congratulations to Team USA who've just won the Motocross of Nations at home.
Great, no one's watching that anyway. So
Yes, they are.
I'm messing. Don't jump down for
Tons of people are watching this, unfortunately for you.
Oh wow.
Uh-oh.
I'm a little bit disappointed, actually.
Uh-oh.
I wanted Australia to win it, but they didn't.
No. But yeah, so
Just because you don't give a shit about motocross doesn't mean
Just
I'm
like-
just not.
No. No. Anyway. No.
I'm getting more messages at the minute about the MX-11 than I do about MotoGP.
That says more about who you keep company with, I think.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say so.
Well, that's my roots is motocross. So.
Sick. Anyway, so Jack Miller absolutely annihilated the field today. Like he was like I think 7 seconds up at one point, and
Wild.
they finished the
What
race with
beast.
3.4 because he did a sick wheelie across.
Where's that been all season though? I'm so sad it's only happening for him now. Like,
Yeah. Like, because that's the thing. That's the Jack Miller we've been waiting for years.
mhm.
Is it to
Yep.
do with the fact that he's very happy now in his life, in his
Well, he's
professional
getting
and
married in
personal
2 weeks,
life?
isn't he?
Yeah.
I
Is that something to
think-
do with it, do you reckon?
No, I think
Can't be.
No.
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 Because Vinales was
Nobody's
happy.
ever
and
been happy getting married. Ugh.
Vinales was happy and he hated his life at Yamaha, so, there's always that. But I don't know, it's a shame because Jack has had that in him for years. And it's just a shame that it's come so late into his Ducati career. I think he could genuinely go and do it again next weekend.
He
Not
could.
even joking. He could do
Yeah.
it again.
Like, but my theory is that he has an excellent base setting on that Ducati, like which they found in the Misano test, I want to say.
Yeah.
And the lack of dry running means that he, with his brilliant FP1 setup, because he's just got the brilliant base, and the total lack of dry running meant he was primed to just do this. So if Thailand's the same, because rain's forecast as well, we could well see another Miller win.
Yeah, I would. I'd agree with that. To be honest, yeah, 100%. Also, Cameron, I've just seen you put a photo of a car in chat. Why?
That's the hydrogen car.
Oh, that was the mad hydrogen Hyundai we were talking about. It looks cool.
Ah, sick. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good job.
Hell yeah. I'm not tired at all. I'm going to the gym after this as well. Don't know why.
Take
so-
a night off. Have a pizza. Go on.
I had pizza fucking Friday. At 4 a.m.
Well, today's Sunday. Today's a new day.
I know, new day,
New
new
pizza.
pizza.
Hell yeah.
Mm.
I've had pizza like every weekend for the last 5 weeks. So probably should do that. But yeah, Brad Binder is like back on the box as today. Back on the box today with with Miguel Oliveira running in on the podium pace as well for most of the race as well.
Yeah.
I've just said
Good
the
job,
same
Chief.
thing
You're
twice.
doing really well. Yeah, good job, Chief.
Fucking-
KTM clearly worked.
for once.
I know. God.
Where did Remy? Oh, what? Remy was in the points at one point. I'm sure of it. Oh, I don't
Well,
know.
it wasn't by the end of it.
No, but it's just a shame to see Tech 3 so far down when those top boys are at the top. But yeah, so it was great
What are
to
you
see
gonna do?
Miguel and Brad so far up because they were quite far up as well last time out in Aragon. Both of them were in Q2 directly. Both of them did the same today, this weekend. Have KTM found something at Misano?
They're keeping
Nah.
it quiet if they have.
But again, this mechanical grip on the KTM, as we know, is stupid high compared to the others. And with the lack of setup, it suited the KTM more.
Yeah, but they were
I'm
good
not
at
taking anything
Aragon
away
as well.
from, it's like, but Aragon's a very low grip track. Why their mechanical grip made a big difference.
Fair enough. Okay.
I'm not taking anything away from KTM. Like, you still have to do it really well. But see, and you call me a contrarian, Cam. Just saying.
No,
Wait,
I agree.
I've lost what's happening.
It's a fair
What?
point.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, fair
Yeah.
enough. It's
Fair
just I'm just trying to make a story out of this. To be fair, so I'm just trying to make a story that they might have
Well, the
found something.
story
No,
is
this
the
got mechanical grip.
No, the story is that KTM
Mechanical
finished
grip
on the
next.
box, and that's banging.
Or
That's the story.
Banging.
It's
Big ball
really good
binder.
for KTM to finish on the box because we need more manufacturers on the box.
Can you say big banging?
I did say
You
big
got
banging.
Big banging, big ball, Brad Binder. That's a mouthful.
Oh, wait. Is it a big bang engine in the
Can you make
KTM?
that the title of the episode, please?
Yeah, I'll do it. Do it.
Yeah.
Big banging, big ball, Brad Binder on the box. Hell yeah.
I
But,
think you'd give it a listen.
yeah,
Hmm.
hopefully.
You shared it with him. Definitely.
And,
Come on down, Brad. Come have a chat.
yeah. Let's
Jacob's got
go
questions.
Brew. Go Brew. Jack Miller, I don't know if you saw after the race, he called him Brew. He was like, oh yeah, good race there, Brew. And I was like, sick.
Southern Hemisphere chat, you know.
Yeah, that's it. But and Jorge Marti made a surprise appearance on the podium as well.
Good for him.
Given he started, no, he didn't start. He was in
He didn't
16th
start. Oh my
after
God.
FP1. Where did he start from? I can't even remember. I'm finding it now. Don't worry.
Okay,
I'm on the
good.
case. I'm on the
Yeah,
case.
because I didn't know the answer to that.
Marquez on pole, if you didn't realise.
Oh, was he? No
he
one
started
mentioned it.
fifth. Started fifth. Given that he ended FP1 in 16th or 15th and had to go through Q1 fifth, is a really good start from Jorge Martin. Given he's had a pretty torrid season this year, and there's obviously been he's still in the championship contention, hilariously, but he's had a solid last few races.
Has he?
Yeah, like he was sixth last time out or seventh. He's
See,
just
that to me isn't solid for Martin anymore. Martin was like boxed
think-
or
he
maybe
came onto
fourth.
the scene. He should have been
Yeah.
championship contender by now.
he's set the bar for himself way too high, hasn't he?
Meh.
Yeah.
Victim of his own success.
Oh, it's terrible, isn't it? I feel
Like
the same
me.
every day.
Yeah.
We can relate, Cam. We can relate.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can. But I think the main story, is the fact that Marc Marquez managed to overtake Miguel Oliveira as well in the last lap to finish in fourth place, which
Weapon.
Mark himself said that he wasn't going to finish on the podium. Mark said that he'd probably drift quite far back in the race. He said he'd probably have to use his other arm and his legs to try and get him around the race because he thinks that his bad arm or his right arm will fail him during the race. So the fact that he still had that pace at the end of the race, was still able to make an overtake on Miguel Oliveira for that fourth place spot and make up a second to do it as well. I think Marc Marquez is sandbagging a bit.
Yeah, how much is he having us
Yeah.
on here? Like, is he like? I think he's a lot fitter than what he's letting on.
100%.
What
Oh
hustler.
no, I'm not going to
Jeez,
do
oh.
this, and then puts it on pole, finishes fourth. I think Aragon he had a good chance of doing.
Oh, well, he made
A
up
good
7
race.
positions in 3 corners, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly before he went bowling with.
He went,
everyone,
yeah.
But yeah.
Fuck you, Fabio. See you later, mate. Yeah. Yeah.
But
like-
yeah.
Really, I'm going to say, I think he'll probably win this year.
I was going to say podium at least before the end of the season if he keeps going the way
He'll
he's
get
going.
Valencia or something.
Yeah,
'cause
I think
Valencia's
Phillip
still
one of
Island,
these
yeah.
tracks.
he's got a decent record at Phillip Island, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's
He
true.
doesn't crash 5 seconds up the road.
Phillip Island's really physical though, isn't it? Down into that hairpin.
Yeah.
That's a lot for the arm.
But there's a lot of left turns. Like the one down the
That's
hairpin's a
true.
bit horrendous, but it's quite like a long. I think Marquez struggles a bit on the stoppy, which is down in the hairpin, of course. But there's a lot of long sweeping left and right corners. Which
I like how
think,
you made the word long there.
yeah,
like,
the long.
Blue.
emphasize.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have got the point otherwise. Thanks for that.
I know,
No.
thank you. God,
Hey,
you're born for this.
This is
Dad,
why I'm such a
honestly.
great podcaster and why everyone listens to this shit. Yeah, so it's like, yeah, I don't know. I think he's got a winner now. I think he's sandbagging a little bit, and I think,
Yep.
yeah, I think he's got a winner. I don't know about you lot.
Jacob, are we boring you? You're just like on your phone, just not
We are
looking
keeping
at us
him
or
here.
anything.
I'm posting about the nations. One of us gives a shit.
Oh, okay.
There's more exciting
that
things
thing that
going
no
on
one's
in the
watching.
world. That's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair enough. Yeah, and
Mm.
I think Fabio as well did a bit of championship saving there with 8th place.
If you'd said to Fabio, you can come 8th and extend your lead.
You ripped your arm
Yeah,
off.
he would literally rip your arm off.
That-
Easy.
I said it last podcast, I think. I said it that Bagnaia's got a crash in him. Bagnaia will
And he
not
certainly
finish
did.
the season without a crash.
Bagnaia
Yeah.
cannot look at Fabio Quartararo without crashing his bike. I don't understand it.
'Cause
Literally.
I thought he was going to come out and say, oh, Fabio took my line, this, that, and the other. So,
I thought he
but-
was clapping
Mm.
at Fabio.
Yeah, so did
Yeah,
I. That's
same.
why I
That's
thought
what I
he would say it.
assumed.
But then the fact that he didn't,
yeah.
and
He was
he
clapping
admitted
himself,
his
wasn't he?
mistake. Yeah,
He was,
you
yeah.
got to respect the fact that he owned up to it. But
Mm.
still, stop fucking crashing.
Ugh. What did he just tucked the front, right? He just
Yeah,
went.
he was trying to get to Fabio, he said, because he thought he could catch Vinales. So he knew he had to dispense with Fabio quick. And instead, he scores no points. Melon.
Yep. Ambition outweighing talent.
Yep.
That whole line.
Ooh.
Oh.
We're in that. I love the cycle.
Call me
Pecco,
Casey.
Bagnaia, though, where he's clawed back the championship, but now we're back to he's crashing and he's going to lose it again if he
Yeah,
doesn't
with
start
this
together.
part of the
Yeah.
Pecco cycle, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like all that hard work has just been chucked down the road.
I mean, he's only lost
That's what
8
you get.
points. It's not crazy, but to go from 10 back up to 18 is
Championships have been won on less. They've been won on half points before. Like, at this stage of the season, every single point counts. And the fact that he's still throwing it up the road. Like, you cannot win a championship with, I think it's 5 DNFs to his name now.
The
One,
only
2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you can't win a championship with 5 points, 5 DNFs to your name.
no, I think the only saving grace for me is that Aleix is still within a race of them.
Yeah.
Like that, because he didn't deserve what happened to him. Like that's to lose it without even being on track. That is
he would have clawed a
heartbreaking.
lot of points out of the both
Yeah,
of them.
he was easily set for fourth at the minimum.
Podium even as well.
Yeah.
Like
But instead he's still come out 25 points, and there's a good chance that Pecco and Fabio could collide at some point going into the season.
Pecco won't get close enough to Fabio to do it.
Let's be honest. Like, there's a good chance that Pecco will be trying too hard, and he very nearly hit him today.
Yeah,
there is a fair chance that
if he'd have taken Fabio out today, holy
I'd be flying to Japan myself.
Yeah, but unfortunately, there's a realistic possibility, and if Aleix wins in that race, suddenly joint top of the standings. It's all to play for still.
Fabio will still win though. He has more wins.
Yeah, speaking of that, quick actually, a random one, but in the Supersport 300s, there are 2 races left, and Alvaro Diaz leads the championship into the final round with 50 points.
Oh,
Because he cannot win the championship because of the lack of wins. That's how close it is. What's it? He's gonna absolutely smoke him next time around, obviously. But yeah, even like how many wins you've got comes down to it. The point where it can stop you from winning the championship.
Seconds, thirds, a lot. Like.
Yeah, it is. And like, yeah, there's only 4 races left now with 100 points remaining and 18-point gap on them. There's 20% gap now if you think about it. If you're doing on percentages, Quartararo now. Bagnaia has to make up the 20%. He has to outscore Fabio by 20% of points.
Are you speaking English?
No.
You could literally hear the neurons in his brain then just firing.
My brain is moving faster than my mouth can speak.
You're like Megamind.
Oh my God, it's been a long weekend, hasn't it? Jesus Christ. But
oh dear. Are you okay?
No, I'm really not. To be honest, I'm struggling. But yeah, the fact that Francesco Bagnaia has screwed it again, like I think that could be a championship.
We're that part in the Pecco cycle.
Yeah.
But the fact, right, that Fabio Quartararo is, if Fabio wins the championship this year, I will be stunned.
Weapon.
I think he could still do it. I'm hopeful.
Oh yeah, I fully believe he can do it. Now that Pecco's revealed another chink in his armour, and that he's not this super rider who's put all his crashes behind him like he said he would. Yeah,
but we know this though because all his wins have not involved Fabio Quartararo. We've never had a battle between Fabio and Pecco, and anytime they get close to each other, Pecco crashes.
Yeah,
you're not going to win a championship.
You can't handle it
with your rival. Not even battling with your rival.
I can see why he tried to make the move, but
the move wasn't on in that corner anyway.
Impatient, impatient, and it's
understandable. But he still
riding.
He still should have had the sense, especially if you're fighting for a championship, to say, "All right, I can't pass him here. Let's wait till the next corner."
Like,
that's why
the urgency is correct. He did need to get past him ASAP. Like, make no mistake, that part you can't blame him. But making the move when he did, poor racecraft.
Or if he just stayed behind him, he would have lost 1 point, and now he's lost 8.
Yeah, there's like.
But you don't win a championship by playing it safe.
But Fabio played it safe. He knew he wasn't getting any higher up.
Yeah. There's on that track. There's a couple of really obvious places for a Ducati to get by a Yamaha, and he was like, "Oh, I'll do it here instead." And look what happened.
I think his thought process was that he would surprise Fabio by passing him in a place that you don't classically pass at. But instead...
And then that's how you get taken out.
And then he surprised himself.
Yeah, and then...
Tucking the front.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there's a reason you don't pass at that corner.
Yeah.
Like, if he
it's-
pulled it off, we would be talking about Pecco as an absolute first-class hero for pulling off a move there. You know,
He's never done it, so
it's a catch-22 situation, isn't it?
I will
I
never
just-
talk about Pecco in such a way. but
I don't understand how he had some incredible moves on Bastianini, though, like 4 laps earlier that were
Because it's another
incredible.
Ducati.
why
Same
can he
strengths
do?
and weaknesses
Why,
in the same spots.
yeah, like why can he battle with Bastianini so hard at Aragon
Mhm.
and Marquez so hard at Aragon, but as soon as he's near Francesco
No.
Fabio Quartararo,
Quartararo.
that one,
Yep.
he
Yep.
suddenly just bottles it.
Because
And like, yes, it
he
could be that
knows
because the
that-
championship is on the line and things like that, but it's like you
It's-
need more mental
No,
strength.
it's
than that.
simple. It's because the Yamaha is a better bike on corner entry and around the corner.
And Quartararo is better on corner entry anyway.
Quartararo is
Yeah.
better for
So
Well,
Pecco
he
knows.
is the
Yes.
world champion, so
Pecco
Yeah.
knows that
You're not
to,
going to get up the inside of Quartararo.
exactly.
Mm.
Pecco knows
Unless
that
you're
he's
Mark
not going to outbrake him, so he has to basically go on the absolute limit. Whereas
I
when he's
dunno.
racing, when he's
Pecco
racing,
is-
yeah, but when he's
Pecco
racing
can outbreak
Bastianini,
anyone.
yeah,
he
Pecco's
had
Except
so
Fabio.
many
Unreal.
chances.
but when he's racing
So many other
Bastianini,
chances.
like it's
The only person Pecco can outbreak is himself.
Pecco's biggest
Mentally.
rival is Pecco. Like,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the problem.
You're right.
He just
I think
stares in
you're
the
all
mirror
just-
every day and just gets angry.
I think you're all just overlooking the fact that
Why?
Bastianini is also on a Ducati. So the strengths of the bike are the same, which
Mhm.
means Pecco doesn't have to absolutely throw a move because he knows that the bikes
No,
are
exactly,
exactly
yeah.
similar. Whereas
I can see it
to
next
outbreak that
year.
Yam, good luck with that.
The two of them are going to fight each other next year. And then Fabio's just going to run away with the championship.
Mm.
Who it is?
Can you tell she's a
Mhm.
Fabio fan?
I fancy Fabio. I
Fabio's
really
sexy,
do.
mate.
Yeah.
Am I not allowed to be a Fabio fan?
Well, no, I'm not allowed to not
supposed
be
to
a
be
Pedro
impartial
fan.
here.
Yeah, so, you know.
You can move close to your mic. Thanks, mate. But yeah, Cal Coccio as well bagged a point as well.
Mm.
Oh man, what a guy!
What a
Love him.
hero.
What was it? 0.2 a second off of his.
off of
you know,
Morbidelli.
off of
It's just embarrassing for Franco.
It
at this
is.
point.
It really is. Just stick Cal on Morbidelli's bike and just get it done.
Yeah.
I don't see why they
I'm up there
don't
with
switch him
Fabio.
at this point just for testing purposes, if nothing else. Because let's be
Contract,
real.
isn't it?
But yeah, but he's still if Frankie's on Yam contract,
Yeah, I guess.
you
so,
go
yeah.
where you're told, mate.
Yeah, because there's no point giving Cal Crutchlow new parts to test to a team that's going to Aprilia next year, is it?
I don't understand it at all. Baffles me.
Gonna happen.
Yeah,
happen.
but I've got to say
On that
though,
monster bike.
there's a valiant ride from Malaysia Spargo to leave the pits miles behind the safety car and to come through and finish 16th.
Mm.
Superhero ride
Deserved a
today.
point.
Yeah, he really did. He
Yeah.
really did. He worked so hard for that. But racing's tough. It's a bitch at times.
Yeah,
But,
and Taka, I wanted to shout out Taka. He didn't score any points,
Super.
but to even finish that race,
Yeah.
respect.
So impressed. So impressed.
Oh, do you know what we didn't do last week? Was our rider of the day
Oh
or
my
whatever for each
god.
class.
Yeah.
I just
well,
thought
we'll,
nobody gave a shit, so I stopped mentioning it. To be honest,
Well, we'll do it. We'll
I
do
like
it
it.
today at the end. Right, but before we go to the Thailand predictions, I'll run
Oh,
through.
we've still got to do that. Jesus.
Yeah, and then we'll wrap up. Before we've got in the MotoGP Championship, Fabio Quartararo leads Bagnaia by 18 points with Aleix Espargaro 25 points back. Bastianini fourth. I think he's out of title now. Miller fifth. Binder sixth. Zarco seventh. Martin eighth. Vinales ninth. And Rins in 10th.
Here we go.
So, let's go through our predictions. So, we'll start with Moto3 pole position for Thailand. And I'm going to go with Jacob, please.
Jacob on pole?
Yeah, that's what I
I
thought.
don't think so.
Never know.
that would be a hell of a turn up for the Bucks, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go with Suzuki again.
Okay. Fair play. Okay, and Cameron, please.
I'll go with good old Sasaki, please.
Nice. And what's your name, Lauren, please?
I'm getting absolutely
rude.
shafted on this podcast. I'm gonna go for Holgado.
Good shout.
Ooh.
Holgado. Sick. Right. Moto3, third place. I'll start.
Who did you pick for
Yeah.
Paul?
Jacob.
Oh,
He can go to me,
Guevara.
did he?
Oh, you picked Jacob.
I did. Yeah, I've gone with Guevara because
Right, okay.
man's in the stride. Third place.
Yeah.
I'll go with Sasaki. He's a solid bet for the box, I think. Jacob?
Hmm.
Mm-mm.
You
Yeah,
okay?
I can't spell that one, unfortunately.
I don't know. I'm torn between about
Okay.
4 people.
Next.
I'm gonna go Dennis Onchu.
Okay. Nice. I like it. And Cameron, please.
Bodgia.
Bloody hell,
please.
man.
Oh, you
Finally.
dumbass.
Anticipation was killing me. And
All
Lauren,
that wait
please.
for fucking Fodger.
You can talk. So.
Yeah, but mine's realistic.
Okay.
Okay.
Suzuki, please.
Okay, Suzuki. All right, and Cameron, second place, please. I'm gonna wait half an
Guevara.
age. Jacob, start thinking now. Guevara.
I already know I got second, don't I? I'm the winner.
Sick. I've gone for Messia. Lauren, who are you going for?
Second, I'm gonna go for Sasaki.
Yeah, me too.
Nice. And Jacob Sasaki as well. Sick.
Hmm.
Right, for the W, I've gone with Izan Guevara because
Yeah,
it just
by
makes
me.
sense. Okay, so Jacob as well. Lauren, I'm assuming you as well.
Mm-hmm.
Cameron.
Sasaki then, please.
Oh, he's gone. Yeah, fair enough.
Mm.
Sick. So Cameron's going to lose even more points to me next week when Guevara wins. Okay.
Well, I've got a 60-point cushion, really. Like, I don't know. I don't care about...
Well, there's still 400
First.
on the
You're
line,
gone,
Cameron.
There's still 400. Well, watch me get them.
Hell yeah. I believe in you. Right. Moto 2 pole position. We'll start with Cameron, please.
Fucking Dixon.
Oh my God. Jeez.
Here,
Okay,
shall
fair
we?
enough. A good shout. Right. Lauren, please.
Sancho.
Nice. I've also gone Chantra and Jacob, please.
Gura.
Why do you sound really sad about that?
Are you okay?
I am just, for all intents and purposes, asleep. So
Oh,
Fair enough.
nice.
Third place, I've gone with Alonso Lopez.
and me.
All right.
And
sick.
me.
Oh, for fuck's sake. All right. And Lauren?
I feel like I sort of had to go with him, but I'm going to go with Fernandez.
Nice chow. Okay. And Cameron, please, 4 seconds.
Fernandez, go on then. Go on.
Nice.
Go on.
Right. And Jacob, please, for second.
Gura.
Agura. And I've gone with Fernandez. And Lauren's going for...
Agura.
Oh, okay. So the championship is split between the two of us. Okay. 4 of us, sorry, not 2 of us. Jesus. Right. Just because it's going to happen, I've gone for the win of Chantra.
Yep.
He's going to blow the fucking roof off that place.
He's
Okay,
gonna
so-
win so convincingly. It's gonna be
Yeah, we'll
brilliant.
come back in 2023 and Booraram will be renamed Chantraland.
Yeah,
Chantra
as it should
run.
be already.
Yeah, literally. Or
Chantra Town.
Kubo's going to be so sad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I wonder if we'll see Brasserie do a wild card.
I
Not been
wonder.
announced, have he? So,
He's what?
not been announced.
No, I'd like to see it, but okay, Cameron, please.
For the win, Agura.
Yeah.
And basically, it's just the same as today's podium, isn't it?
Fair enough, yeah. I mean, also, Brasserie is rumoured to replace Mario Aggi in Moto 3, though. With
Oh,
Mario
Mario.
Aggi
Aw.
potentially going to the Chev Moto 2 class because he can't get a seat in Moto 2 because Agora has stayed down.
That actually was something I wanted to mention. For some reason, for the first time in ages, they were showing top speeds of on the screen of the Moto3 riders. And Adji was the only rider who didn't crack 130. He was like 5-6 miles an hour down.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
He's so heavy.
He's just too big. Like.
The fat bastard.
129 was his top speed. Even Ogden alone was doing 134. And Adji was in a pack and did 129.
Jeez. Okay. Right. MotoGP pole position, please, Lauren.
Miller.
Fuck's sake. Yeah, I've got Miller as well. Cameron, please.
Would it be... I'm going to go Marquez again.
Nice. I love it.
Yeah.
Good shout. Okay.
Marquez, that is.
Sick. I was going to put Alex.
Oh, no, I think I meant Alex.
Yeah. What's your name? Jacob, please?
Well, it wouldn't be a podcast without one outside prediction from me, would it?
Go on.
Brad Binder.
Brad Binder. Big balls, Brad Binder with the big dubs in the box.
Bang ball.
Yeah. I can't even remember what it was now. Right. Lots of B's. Third place, Jacob, please.
Marquez.
Fuck you, I've got Marquez as well. Cameron, please.
Alish.
Espargaro. And Lauren, please.
Aragasi.
Miller.
Name. Okay, and Jacob, second, please.
Fabio Q.
Sorry, someone's just commented on my Moto America post about Bagnaia winning, saying, "Nice try, pasta boy."
As in Petrucci.
Yeah.
Is that an insult or a praise?
I don't know.
I'd take it as a compliment.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not sure about it. It sounds a bit racist. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. Okay, Cameron, second, please.
Second, I will take
Cocaine.
Miller.
Nice. Lots of Millers now.
And it's Miller.
Jacob, please. Wait, I've already done you.
Yeah.
Lauren, please.
Maverick Vinales.
Ooh, nice.
Honestly, I'm surprised nobody's made a song yet replacing Thriller with Miller.
Bound to be. Have you Googled it? It's bound to be a thing.
Yeah, definitely. I've gone with Bagnaia second. Right, for the dub, I've got Miller. I think we're going to see a Ducati 1-2.
No.
Jacob, for the dub, please.
Alicia Spargo.
Oh, okay. Right. And Cameron, please.
And between two.
Well, that's not good enough.
I'm gonna, on the chance it's raining, I'm going Marc Marquez.
Oh, I like it. Love that outside prediction. And
is it though?
No, it's not. He's sandbagging. We've just established this.
Yeah.
And Lauren, please.
I'm gonna go for Fabio again.
Nice. You can't say that. You're a Fabio fan. Can't say that.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
God.
See.
Fabio.
Right,
I make shit puns. God damn.
Yeah, it was so bad, Kevin. You're a dad to be yet, by any chance? Because if you're not, you're going to be a great dad.
No, thank you.
Oh, fair enough.
Well, I'm aware of anyway. So.
Good idea. I'm
no,
going to change
you. Insulted every parent ever. Like.
Good.
I'm sure many would fucking agree, to be honest. They'd be like, yep, fair enough. Yep.
Right. Cool. Right. So riders of the day, please. Moto 3.
See, I don't know why I suggested this because I didn't even see Moto 3 or Moto 2.
Yeah,
there's only one option for Moto 3.
What?
Whomst?
Guevara. He absolutely.
Oh, yeah, but that's because you're a Guevara fan. Come on.
No, because he won after slaying him on the last lap. You know, like.
He did. Slay.
Sasaki had done the same. I'd be saying Sasaki, but You know,
Yeah.
he pounced when he was right. He got every bit of racecraft that he needs. It's got to be Guevara.
Yeah, fair shout.
Furusato.
Yeah, Furusato would have been my second choice.
Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with probably Guevara as well. He's just smashed it, to be fair. Lauren?
Yeah, I think it has to be Guevara.
Bunch of
Sound.
glory hunters.
I know, right? Fuck it. Oh, chasing the bloody... Right. Moto 2, please, everybody.
Didn't see it.
Well,
Don't know.
Well,
you did,
see,
didn't you?
now, the one rider who impressed me the most was Philip Salach.
Yeah, because he come home in 10th.
10th.
Yeah, he did well. Fair play. Okay, and you two, I guess.
Donta.
Yeah, why is my fucking screen gone blank?
All right.
What is my computer doing?
If this stops recording, I swear.
I'm going to check.
Fine, we'll just leave it here if it has.
Your
Yeah.
list of audio devices has been changed. No.
Oh,
Right,
God.
it's fine. It's still recording, don't worry. And have I got a backup? No, I'm not recording on OBS. Great. It's fine anyway. So,
That'll be all right.
my
Fuck.
Moto 2 ride of the day. Got to be a guru just for winning on home soil, to be honest. What about you, Lauren
Yeah.
and Jacob?
I would say it's either Jake Dixon or Lopez because I think both had really good races.
Yeah.
And I don't want to pick between the two, so I'm just going to say both of those guys.
Fair enough. Jacob, did you say yours?
Yes, how much?
Oh yeah. Right, MotoGP. I'm being a bit boring. I'm going to go with the winner again because he's just cleared off. Jack Miller. He's never seen that before from Jack, and yeah, smashed it. What about you lot?
Hard to look
Mark.
past Miller now.
Cal.
Hmm.
Actually, I'm going to go Leish.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Heroic.
And Lauren?
No, Mark.
Pecco.
Yeah, I was gonna say Pecco. Amazing ride.
Additions.
Yeah.
But
Well-
like, also Brad Binder.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Brad Binder
it's-
killed it.
Yeah. to be
Even
fair.
Miguel.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
this.
did well. Sick. Right, I think that's all we've got time for. It's the 2-hour pod again, so I hope you've enjoyed that
Oh,
one.
good lord. Right. Thanks.
Before I round up the podcast, just want to pay our respects to Leon Langstadler, who tragically lost his life in the IDM races this weekend at the Hockenheim racetrack. So yeah, he's massive loss in the IDM community. I know a lot of riders are deeply affected by that one. So yeah, just wanted to kind of pay our respects to that one. He'll never be forgotten. And yeah, but yeah, I hope you've enjoyed listening to this podcast, and we're back next week after Thailand, probably equally as tired, to be honest. But yeah,
More.
hope you've enjoyed.
It's going to be a good one.
Oh yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Laters.